welcome to Reseller News. I'm Rich Piscini. Today is November 16th, 2017. And for those who are new to my YouTube channel, I do sneak peek videos, demo videos, and intro videos for eBay. And I do the Reseller News for the reseller community. What the Reseller News is, it's just tidbits of information I pick up. I get these alerts in my emails, and I put out information out there that you guys may be interested in. I don't read all the pages. There's so much stuff out there. I mean, there's tons and tons of things. I could be on this thing all day. That's how much resource there are out there in regards to the Reseller News. So what I try to do is I kind of like make it cryptic. I go through, I have quite a few windows opened up on my screen here, and you're going to see shortly. And I don't read verbatim. I just kind of like throw it out there. I'll tell you what websites I got it off of, and the rest is up to you if you want to read and follow through with it. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to minimize this screen here, and I'm going to back out of it altogether, so you won't be seeing me until the ending. Okay, guys, here we have over here, this is from Tanebay, and if you look at the icon up here, you know, the URL, it's tanebay.com. You can read about this here. It says over here, introducing Bonanza web store service. For those who are not familiar with Bonanza, it's another one trying to be like eBay. They're trying to get their information out there and trying to, establish, I guess, a good foothold, and like basically they want to be like another eBay. They're on the right track and stuff like that. It's not bad, but it's worth checking into. I sell on both platforms. I sell on eBay and Bonanza. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell like it is. I do get very little sales from Bonanza. So if you are thinking about selling on it, just wholeheartedly, just strictly them, you might want to think twice. There are people on there that are Bonanza sellers. I have seen sellers that have hundreds of items listed on there, and I guess they're considered, probably power sellers. It doesn't take much to be a top-rate seller on Bonanza, to be honest with you. I've been on Bonanza now, I don't know for how long, and I only sold maybe 10 items, and they made me a top-rated seller. So it just goes to show you, what that's all about. But this came out November 16th. It says if you're selling online, then you're likely to be familiar with the U.S. marketplace, Bonanza, and currently they want sellers to consider their Bonanza web store option too. As you can see over here, and now they're talking about the reasons to open up a Bonanza web store, and then they go on. For instance here, no selling fees, and you get unlimited, you get free listings and other freedom to build your own online brand. It's good. It's not bad. Okay. It's okay. If you they got different platforms, like if you want to pay for different services to get more exposure, if you want to get a storefront and stuff like that, it's just like kind of like eBay. They charge you, and right now I'm not looking for any monthly fees. But if you guys want to check into it, it's Bonanza. You could click over here. They have a thing here at the Google Partner, and you could click this on here, the web store broadcaster. As a matter of fact, if you want to just check it out right quick, we can click it on right here.
Building an online business is no easy feat. It can take a great deal of industry savvy and even technical know-how. But who has time to sweat the small stuff? As a seller-focused online marketplace, Bonanza helps entrepreneurs like you build a sustainable business by offering tons of extraordinary selling tools and features. As a Google partner, Bonanza can make your e-commerce life even easier. Introducing the Web Store Broadcaster. This tool allows web store owners to easily create Google shopping advertisements for your products. At Bonanza, we know that building AdWords product feeds, creating campaigns, and deciding on the right bids can be a frustrating hurdle. That's why we've made creating a Google Shopping advertising campaign for your web store as easy as clicking a few buttons. The Web Store Broadcaster uses sales conversion data from millions of Bonanza Marketplace sales to pick the best bids for your web store items. It monitors your account, optimizes your ads, and makes understanding your account performance easy with just a glance. With the Web Store Broadcaster, setup is effortless. You have control over your campaign budget, and you can start and stop advertising at any time. No technical or advertising expertise is required. We do the work for you and even offer incentives to help get you started. Find new shoppers, save time, and avoid busy work. Try the Web Store Broadcaster today.
Okay, there you have it, folks. So you can check that out if you want. You just go to, it's on Tamebay, and you could see it introducing, just, I guess, do a search on Tamebay and just type in Bonanza Web Store. Okay, moving right along. Now, these are going to be like a little out of order, so I might be going back and forth. I'm sorry, folks. I try to get these things done, but you know what it is? I'm going through, I go through all the alerts, and I just click them on there, and they catalog, they catalog like that in that sequence. So if we go back and forth, I apologize. Here we go over here, Amazon. It says Amazon will start collecting sales tax from the sellers in the U.S. in 2018. Okay, so Quantas says this is an interesting new horizon relevant to the marketplace. Retailers in the USA, Washington State, in particular Amazon, will be required to collect sales tax on behalf of the state government from the start. Well, we all know about this here. This was talking about that. I don't know if it got passed through the Congress or whatever, that they wanted to have it where if you're not a fixed store like in a state, they want you to collect sales tax in other states. It's the way I understand it. I could be wrong, but I think that's what this is. That's what this is all about. So again, you could read on this from Tamebay, and that's where you could check into it more if you'd like to find out more about the collecting sales tax. Next one over here is eBay India, selling fees slashed to zero. Here we go. India is now owned by FlickArt, and are going free from the 21st of November. Okay, eBay India selling fees include listing, final value fees will cost sellers nothing. That's nice. I wish we could have that over here. They may have something like that in time to come. Who knows? But again, this is from Tamebay. You can read all about this as well. You got to read, like I said, folks, I can't read all this verbatim because we'll be here all day reading this. If you look on the top of my screen here, I have a whole bunch of windows I want to go through. So I'm going to try to do this as quick as possible. And then I just want to talk a little about the something that happened to me recently with eBay, and I just want to share with you guys. Okay, this is going to be with PayPal, and I can see it already. Okay, PayPal India has launched. All right, launch confirmed. Okay, so now I guess PayPal is going to be allowed in India. So it says over here, as predicted earlier this month, PayPal have announced the launch of domestic operations. PayPal India, they already offered cross-border payments. So, well, that's nice to know, especially if you do business overseas or international, whatever. I guess that's a good thing to know. And now we're going to e-commerce bites. Now I got a lot of the windows open up here from e-commerce bites, so that's where we get the information. Here it says over here, Amazon order defect rate, good news, bad news, and then it goes on. Amazon sellers logged in last week to find their order defect rate has skyrocketed, much to their dismay. As we reported on Thursday, sellers were in the dark about whether it was a new policy or a glitch. Now, we're talking about glitches. I'm going to talk about a glitch later after I get through with this reseller news. Again, you could read about this here. This is e-commerce bites right up here. Here's the website here, ecommercebites.com. You could check this out. Once you go to the website, you should be able to see all the stories that I'm seeing as well. Okay. So again, you could read about this here, and just go to e-commerce bites. The next one too is e-commerce bites. Here's another case, another one from e-commerce, another case of eBay profiting from a glitch. The reason why I'm concerned about eBay stuff more so than the other ones like Amazon, because I am a seller on eBay. I sell right now exclusively on them, even though I say Bonanza. Bonanza, like I said, I don't really consider being an exclusive seller on there. If you know anything about Bonanza, you can import your eBay listings onto Bonanza. So, but technically, I am dedicated to eBay, so that's why stuff like this holds my interest. And it says over here, as an eBay seller was left out of the pocket, an eBay seller was left out of pocket thanks to a glitch that he said is a persistent problem involving returns. It says whether or not it is widespread, as the seller suspects, is costly for sellers and a pure profit for eBay when it does occur. And then it talks about here what he describes, and he says over here, here's how he described the problem. It happens when sellers receive return items back from the buyers. Some recurring glitch makes it impossible to refund the buyer after receiving the returned items. And then it goes on and on and on. You can read that there as well. I don't get too many returns. I think my return rate is under 2, under 3, whatever. And I know, God willing, in January, a lot of it's going to be coming off as far as I call you when I talk to eBay. So I'll probably have 0 return rate, and I hope to keep it that way. But that's what's going on with this here. Here we got over here crafts, again, Amazon. This is from e-commerce bites. Crafts, Chain Store, AC Moore, invest in Etsy, alternatives. I think I mentioned this once before. I am considering selling on Etsy, but I never really get around to it because I'm so bogged down with different things. It's getting crazy. I mean, I'm trying to, readjust the prices on a lot of the items I have just to move them out. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of stuff. I'm taking low ball offers on a lot of my items I have listed. Not that I want to. I don't mean, I say that figuratively. I do think when I say low ball offers, I mean, cheaper than what I'm anticipating on the items that are listed right now. I'm not going to take like 50-cent offers and stuff like that, but I am taking low ball offers just to move the merchandise out because my game plan is to get better merchandise, hopefully newer merchandise, and things that will be more interest to the particular eBay seller. But anyway, this is what you can see going on here. Again, this is on e-commerce bites. The rest of these are going to be e-commerce bites, okay? So just keep that in mind. Here's another one. eBay changes search to divert shoppers to cheaper rivals. I am not really too crazy about the way eBay does certain things. I've seen it where I went on Google. I did a Google search on an item that I'm selling. And when you go to, and I understand that, it's an open market, open forum, you're going to see different things like that. And that's totally understandable. But, when you're trying to make a living out of eBay and trying to make an income off it, and you type in your item and it shows you right next to it a couple other people selling the same thing cheaper, it kind of like it's like a little stab in the back type of thing for me. I don't really care for that, and I didn't get a chance to read the whole article, but I think that's what's going on here. It says over here, Dear Item, here's another big thing that eBay is doing to their sellers that I think is impacting sales. As I sell mainly cosmetics, I recently came across the search page, came across this on the search page of many items, all right, many of my items. eBay is displaying the following for nail polish, two new and refurbished. Now, it's funny because this here was brought up on eBay Radio. I think it was Tuesdays, if I'm not mistaken, because today's Thursday, the new one will be coming out, the eBay Radio. This, a seller called up and inquired about this here. And if you hear what the host has to say, remember one thing, it's always going to be in the interest of eBay, okay? No matter what you say, what you think, it's always going to be in the interest of eBay. And I got a little thing I want to share with you guys after I do the reseller news here with this here. But keep this in mind, folks. This here is, in case you want to read it, it's the eBay change. It came out November 15th, 2017. This is not old news now. Sometimes I get old stuff. I might be a week old, 2 weeks old, or whatever. This is new, as you can see, okay? Today is the 16th, so this came out yesterday. All right, keep that in mind. Again, e-commerce bites. Here's another one. We're going to be going back and forth here. Okay, eBay's new seller tool interferes with shopping cart. Again, people call into Ina. I just had an eBay buyer contact me to say he could not request the total while using the shopping cart. He said the request total button was grayed out. Look, I know this is a new thing coming out with all this stuff here, the new seller tools like that. And remember one thing, folks, and I'm not speaking on behalf of eBay's defense, but with anything. As a matter of fact, I'm upgrading my iPhone here, the software they update. I think from 10 now, I think it's going to 11. They're telling you it'll take all the fixes out, bugs, and this, that, and the other thing. I know with AI, artificial intelligence, stuff like that, from what the host says, the more people, sellers or buyers keep inquiring about this information, the more it's going to learn. That stands to reason. You got to take that into consideration. The only thing I think that gets people, or sellers like myself, upset is the way they go about doing it. In process of learning or trying to get new things implemented into the system to help sellers and buyers, sometimes it could be a costly thing to the sellers. Okay. Yes, it could be discomforting for a buyer. It's trying to buy something from you. Like you said, the item is grayed out when trying to make a purchase. But the thing is, it's okay when to get these things going, but when it affects the selling process of it, that's when it becomes a problem for me, and I'm sure a lot of other sellers. But again, I don't want to dwell too much on this here. Again, e-commerce, you can read on it. It's the one you want to read for. Is the one this came out November 14th. eBay seller's new tool interferes with shopping cart. You can read that one as well. Next one over here. eBay maps European selling hotspots. All right. eBay published a map of the Europe indicating areas of selling hotspots. eBay looked at all the regions and the highest concentration of online small and medium businesses. Well, that's good. I mean, if they want to try to expand into different areas, go broaden their horizons as far as selling, I had no problem with that. I think that's a pretty good thing. We'll see how that goes over. We'll take it from there. We'll see, but let's give it a chance. Let's give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Next one over here, eBay Canada provides guidance as it rolls out a new promotional tool. Okay. eBay Canada is providing notification and guidance to sellers as it rolls out its revamped Markdown Manager, a tool that allows sellers to run sales, promotions, and entire shoppers. I don't know if you guys use it. I did a video on it once before about the Markdown Manager, and I did get some responses that people used it and they had a lot of, they had some good, progress with it. They made good progress with it as far as like sales and stuff. I don't use it right now. My Markdown Manager is me. Yeah, it's me. I'm the Markdown Manager. I go into my listings. I only have like 359 now, and I go in there and I drop the prices. I've been dropping them down like every 2 weeks, and matter of fact, I got to drop some. So I'm going to drop down some more pricing. Do my own pricing restructuring here, because I notice a lot of items I have has been sitting around for a very long time, and I'm my own Markdown Manager now. If you guys want to sign up with that there for eBay, be my guest. Right now, for me, that's not what I'm looking for, but you might want to check into that. Here's another story about Canada. Canadians can add cash to their Amazon accounts. Now we're going back to Amazon. Accounts at the post office. Okay, this goes on a little talking about over here. Canadians can add cash to their Amazon balance at the post office. And Canadian Payments provide payment for source for added Amazon cash to its load hub and pay in person solution. Well, that's pretty good for the Canadians. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that there. If it works for them, that's great. I do all my, like I said, I don't have to. I have accounts set up with the post office too. But a lot of this stuff, if you're doing things with eBay, you don't really have to worry too much about that as far as that part goes. All right, moving right along here. eBay looks to boost sales of the gift cards via B2B. Amazon and other retailers making it easy to purchase their branded gift cards. It says now eBay wants businesses to think as a marketplace when they wish to give gift cards to customers or employees through loyalty and incentive programs. It's a good idea. You could buy eBay cards. I think most stores have them where you can go into, I think certain department stores, they have it where you could buy an eBay card for a friend or a relative, whatever you want to give it a gift. That's not a bad thing. I mean, a lot of people buy it. It's not a useless gift. I think it's a great gift, especially if you're a heavy buyer on eBay. If you do a lot of buying on eBay, you might want to consider that. So that's a pretty good little thing there. Moving right along. eBay says Brits prefer physical media over digital. Well, I'll be honest with you. I like certain things. I like to touch things and feel things in person rather than buying over a computer. Like, for example, if I'm going to buy a computer, I might have bought some little things, but I never really, not that I recall buying a computer or anything of that nature, cameras and stuff like that. I never really bought any offline, to be honest with you. My reason is because when I go to the stores, I want to touch and feel the thing. I want to test it out. Like when I bought my HP printer, my first one, I went to the store, I tested it out, I went to read up on. I mean, I know you could do it online, but there's nothing like actually touching the physical item itself. You can feel on the keyboard, see how it works, see its physical characteristics right there in front of you. The same thing with digital cameras. I bought everything in person, but that's me. That's me. You may be a person that may want to, buy offline, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you get the money back guarantee, so it's not like you're, but that's just me. I'm fussy that way, So let's see what goes on the next one here. Okay, USPS revenue down by 1.8 billion for the year. Yeah, I could see why this is happening too, folks. It says over here it declined to 1.8 billion to 69.6 billion. Well, I mean, I know there's going to be a postage rate hike, and I got that at there. I got a link up there, a page that talks about it, and yeah, it's not much though. I mean, the postage rates are going to go up a little here, and we're going to get to that towards the end. So just keep that in mind. Will affect your business. It depends on the items if they're too heavy or not. It all depends. It depends on what you're sending out, if it's in volume and stuff like that. If you got an account with the postal service and you do heavy volumes, you could probably set up an account with them. Get one of those. I can't think of the machine who puts that. It's a company puts that out. Well, you could probably get discounted on bulk mailings and stuff like that. You could probably save a lot of money there. But for me right now, that doesn't, I don't qualify for that part. I don't send out that much stuff. Anyway, okay, we're back to Canada. eBay to upgrade Canada community boards, which is good. It says over here eBay will upgrade its community area next year, and announced on Monday eBay plans to enhance and update the discussion, update its discussion announcement boards. Reporting it will be similar to the changes rolled out in the U.S. on eBay. Yeah, that's a good thing though. Community boards are not bad. You can get some good information from them, and that's what I'm going to share at the end of this video coming up soon after this news. Next one going on. Walmart.com scores fashion win with Lord & Taylor partnerships. As we all know, Walmart is breaking into the online business. I think they're in competition with Amazon. But I don't know how that's going to go over. But anyway, it says we have Walmart, Amazon, and eBay are working hard to bring fashion brands to their online marketplace. Walmart scored a win this week, announcing the partnership with Lord & Taylor, one of the oldest department stores in the country, and part of the Hudson Bay Company brand portfolio. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, you're going to probably see a lot of mergers and stuff like that with Walmart. I think they bought Jet.com. I think that was an e-commerce business. I think that's what also, if I'm not mistaken, reading correctly, I think that's what boosted Walmart's online business, e-commerce business. So I guess that'll be a good thing. Fashion, a lot of people into fashion. I guess Lord & Taylor stuff, I mean, that's a good part for the women. I guess a lot of women will probably be into that there. I'm not a Lord & Taylor shopper, but, it depends. We'll see how it goes. Next thing is, it looks like it's something with Amazon. Here we go again. Amazon touts marketplace benefits to UK sellers. Amazon said small businesses achieved tens of millions of pounds in sales during Amazon's UK Black Friday sales last year, is touting the importance of the third-party sellers to its marketplace by publishing a dedicated page promoting 6 UK sellers who are participating in its Black Friday sales this year. That's a pretty good thing if for the UK sellers. I don't know if you guys sell in the UK or not. I don't. I heard it. I was reading in one of the magazines. I don't know if it was Internet Retailer or Web Retailer. One of them. I get these different magazines, folks, all about retailing, and I think they were saying selling on the UK is kind of competitive because I think it was pointing with the people that were on eBay, and when they did the statistics of it, they're saying people who are thinking about selling in the UK, it's kind of competitive. They mentioned Italy would be a good place to sell because the competition wasn't so bad, or so great over there, and some of them. But they said the UK was pretty much pretty competitive when it comes to selling for eBay. Now I know the reason I'm referring that is because I'm thinking about the UK over here with Amazon, and I remember reading about that. So I know I don't really sell international. I was thinking of selling into Canada, but I don't know. We're gonna see. I toy around with the idea. Nothing definite. I guess I'll let you guys know if that happens. We'll see how this transpires. Anyway, here eBay ramps up holiday marketing. eBay is ramping up its holiday marketing with "Don't Wait for Black Friday" campaign, offering curated deals that offer a price matching guarantee. It's also bringing its Airstream trailer to the 5 U.S. cities to generate publicity for its marketplace as source of holiday gifts. I seen, you could see one of their eBay ads. I think if you type in their commercials, I don't know when it's going to be broadcasted, but I don't know if it's going to be in the cable channels or news, the regular networks on TV, regular TV networks, or when they're going to have that commercial. But it's pretty decent. It's like any other eBay commercial they had back in the day. You check it out. Okay, let's see what we got over here now. I'm bouncing around over here, my listings, and showing, okay, hold on, views. Let's see what this one is all about. This one here is about eBay. You want to buy some bloodied shorts? Here's how to buy Dustin Poirier's, whatever his name is, used fighter shorts on eBay and not feel creepy about it. This came off of mmmania.com, okay? A lot of stuff I'm telling you folks over here, I tell it like it is. I'm not making this stuff up. You can see it over here. It's in black and white, and you can check it out. Now, if you click this one on here, here it is. Now, I just looked at this before. Okay, you can see it's a countdown. I guess the live countdown. They're counting it down here. It was up at 50 something now, 5,500, whatever. Now it's at 6,000. It's got 20 bids. Now, whether the thing actually sells or not is another story. As you can see, he became really new. He put over here is you know, eBay user ID with 0, of course, but you could see it's $6,100 so far. If you want to follow it, that's up to you. Me personally, I have no desire to buy, you know, anything of that nature right now. That's not for me. Let alone I have the money to buy it anyway. If I was interested in it, I'm not interested in that anyway. But for you guys out there that want to buy a pair of, you know, worn clothing from a you know, a fighter, whatever was he, a contender weight fighter, I guess, I don't know. Check it out. There it is. You could own it, you know, if you want to buy that stuff. But I will pass. Okay, so let's get that out here. Let's get rid of this. Okay, as we know, the U.S. Postal Service reports this dismal thing here, and they are going to go up. We already talked about that. Liquidation. Okay, this is just what the share. So I'm in the New York area. I don't know if you guys heard on the news. Listen to, look at this here. Recently discovered a Da Vinci painting that sells for a record $450 million at an auction. This is by us out here in New York. It's Christie's. They sell all these things here. Yeah. In case you're wondering who the buyer was, he's anonymous. He or she's anonymous. But I have to say, honestly, I don't care who painted the thing. It's almost spending $500 million on a picture or painting, whatever. It doesn't cut it for me. To be honest with you, I would like to take, if I had that kind of money, I would like to take that and donate it to a lot of charitable causes rather than buying it on a painting. You know, that's how I look at it. You know, that's my personal take on it. But apparently, people do have money, big money. Whoever bought this here, no doubt, is a billionaire, because if you got $450 million to spend on a painting, you know you got plenty of cash. There's plenty more where that came from. But I just thought I'd share that with you. Yeah, it's funny, but you know it is. I think that's the highest price one ever sold as far as a painting. And who knows? Maybe if it would have went longer, maybe it went up to $1 billion. You never know. You know, anything is possible in this world. You know, but there are people that have a lot of cash out there. Yeah, really do have a lot of cash. Anyway, thought I'd share that with you guys. This is what this again with e-commerce bites, classifieds. I believe it's free. It says try free ad here. If you click it on, the only thing is with this here, they want you to you know, sign up with them. So like for example, let's say you're into antiques and art. You would click this on here and you would look at it, whatever. If you were interested, let's say you're going to click this one on here, and they'll talk about it. Galleryforcollectors.com, and join our Collectors Club free. And you would join up and you would sign up for it for free. It says it's free to join, receive following benefits of 50% discount on any. Look, I just want to share something with you folks. I'm not. This is I mean, I know it's a segue. I'm not getting anything for this here. You know, e-commerce bites is not, you know, offering me any. You know, I'm not getting anything for it. You know, this is not. I'm not getting any. You know, kudos for it. I do it on my own. I don't ask. I didn't contact the person of the websites and say, hey, listen, I'm doing a segue. I'm going to throw a segue on my YouTube channel here for you guys. So I don't get nothing out of this. So if anybody's thinking, well, you know, oh, maybe this guy here, he does these, you know, he throws these things in there, you know, because he gets you know, a royalty or kickback. I'm not getting anything from these people. Just to let you know, I'm sharing with you guys. You know, for some people might be interested. For some of you may not. You know, but I just thought I'd kick that out there. And again, it's e-commerce bites classifieds. It says search, browse, shop, all in one place. Okay, so and you can see, you can read up there. It says home, latest ads, buy, ad, try free, and terms, and so on and so forth. And I guess they want you to log in to use their service. That's how I get their information as well. And that's basically as far as that part goes. We already talked about that. The postal rate's going up. I'm bumping back out. I forgot this guy here. It just tells you over here, the United States Postal Service filed a notice with the Postal Regulatory Commission, and it's going to go, the price for it's not really bad. I mean, that's not really complain about, from 49 cents to 50 cents. I mean, look at the chart over here. Yeah, it says the proposed mailing service price and changes include. I mean, it's a joke. I mean, these two just stood the same. Outbound intonation is still the same. Domestic postal cards went up a penny. Everything went up a penny. So, except these here, letters, additional ounces, they stood the same. Okay, your letter 1 ounce went up from 49 cents to 50 cents. Well, you know, we gotta expect that. Here's the ones over here. All right, the small flat rates. All right, now I didn't get a chance to look at this. These went up by this one here went up 5 cents, 5 cents. Okay, all right, so you see here it is going up. This is 4 cents, whatever. You know. So okay, as you can see here. All right. So, you gotta expect that. It's gonna happen. I mean, it's not gonna. The rates are not gonna stay the same forever. You just gotta know how to when it comes to selling things. You gotta know how to pad this information or pad these prices into your total profit. Total pricing. You know what I'm saying? So if you're offering free shipping and if the item is $20 or whatever it is, it'll be $27.20. You're gonna pad that into your pricing. All right, unless you're gonna take out of your profits and your total pricing of your item you're selling. That's a different story. Okay, but we know that's going on, so just keep that in mind, folks. Okay, and here like I said, I got so many windows open. This one here, we're talking about eBay seller makes a fortune in Lincolnshire, 50p sells, whatever, 50-cent piece sells for, I guess 120, whatever. That's their money, and I guess the UK. I don't know. I thought I'd share it. I think I had this once before on there. I just thought I'd throw it out there for you guys. But the thing I really want to talk about, this happened to me the other day. I was looking at my listings, and a lot of my listings, I wasn't going to bring it up, but I thought I'd share with you guys. A lot of my listings had 0 views on them. Now, if you listen to eBay radio, a lot of people sit there talking, saying, you got to list. And it's nice to list, but if your items aren't getting views because of glitches, it's not going to do anything. All it is a money-making deal for them and not for you. You know what I'm saying? It could hurt you. Now, I was going to take a screenshot of it when I first noticed it, and when I went back there later on, they must have corrected it. Now, I know they have glitches, okay? But the thing is, I don't know how long that happened. Now, it could happen overnight. I'm on the East Coast, they're the West Coast, okay? So this could have happened on their time, but on the East Coast time, it'll probably show no views. Now, when it shows no views, I'm taking it that no one's seeing my items listed. My sales have been going up and down, and the reason why they're going up and down is because the ones that I didn't get a chance to do a markdown price on them are not getting anything, and the ones I do mark down are selling. So that's why if you look at the stuff I sold, yeah, you'll see. It's a small profit margin I'm taking, but you know what it is, folks? These items that I have been sitting there for over a year. So I'm willing to take just about anything to clear it out, that merchandise. I would like to get all new things in there, and the more they hang around, I'm not making anything with them. I'm making the money with. I'm saying it's just sitting there. The only ones making money is eBay with their fees, their listing fees. Okay, and I get nice hefty bills at the end of the month from these people. So that's a problem. And the reason why I put this up here in a community, a selling community, is because I want you to know that I'm not making this stuff up. This is on the eBay community. You can see it. This came out October 28, 2016. Here, all of a sudden my listing shows zero views. Why did it do this and then can it be fixed? Okay, now apparently it happened last year. Okay, same thing. I'm not sure the question and comments got missed in this and whatever. Okay, yeah, my listings are not showing number of views. Okay, now these are people that are on a community. That's what these people are. These are community. These are eBay sellers. Okay, and you look, they're all saying the same things. See, I'm not making this stuff up, folks, and I'm not doing this here to badmouth eBay. I like eBay, like I said. I've been selling on them. Been with them since 1999, on and off, of course. And it's a problem. I mean, and if you have glitches, you might want to tell the reseller community, tell the people on eBay, buyers and sellers, that we're experiencing technical difficulties. Some of your listings are not going to have views on them and stuff like that. I know it's probably like eBay may think it's like a slap in the face, a big multi-billion-dollar business. It's not going to it doesn't look right for them. But what are you going to do? I mean we're over here sitting here, and I've been listening to sellers on eBay on YouTube talking about their sales are flat. And if you got things like this happening, sure, I could see why they're flat if nobody's viewing them, So you can see, look it for yourself. Yeah, these are people. I'm not making this stuff up. The information I throw out there is stuff I'm pulling off of sites, okay? Now, you might say, well, how viable is the sites? Hey, that's another question, okay? I mean, I'm not the one making this stuff up, okay? But anyway, if you want to see it for yourself, go to Google, type in views not showing up on eBay. That's what I did. And you will see on eBay community. Look at this. See? All listings now say views, 0 views, eBay glitch. Okay? This is it. I'm not making this stuff up. You can click it on, it goes on. Yeah. Let's see what this one says here. Probably the same thing. All right. Here, hello. This was from 2013. Apparently went from 2013 it happened. So, you know, folks, I mean, you know, and then we wonder, you know, why are things not selling? And the other thing is, let me back out of this, guys. The other thing is, let's face the facts. There's a lot of competition out there, you know, and a lot of people, I think, their impression that, you know, because you sell on eBay and it's a big multi-billion-dollar, you know, selling platform that, you know, it's imperative not to make money. You're going to make money. You know, you're going to make sales, but you're not going to make sales that, you know, that are going to be something to write home about. I'm taking, like I said, I'm taking, you know, I'm not saying taking a beating on the items I'm selling, but I am doing price markdowns. And, you know, I just want to, I guess this is a segue leaving it because I was going to do a separate video, but I want to just keep it all together. You know, when you hear people saying, you know, talk about listing, you got to list, you got to keep listing and stuff like that. And look, the people that come on eBay radio, those are diehard people, okay? Those are diehard people. They love eBay. I like eBay too, okay? I think it's a good selling platform. I mean, you know, I mean, it has its ups and downs. I mean, just like we all have our ups and downs with businesses and stuff. But you got to understand something. It's a money making thing for them, as we know, okay? I found out this. If you want my personal opinion in regards to reselling, maybe I will do a separate segment on it because maybe people not everybody might watch the reseller news. They might watch it to the end, but my take is don't go out and buy. Don't keep sourcing so much. Okay, I don't know where they get this adage from. The more you keep listing, the more you show higher in the search engine, all that ranking stuff. Look, here's my suggestion. You could take it for what it's worth. You don't have to. That's totally up to you. I'm just another seller out there, you know, just voicing his opinion. And I'm only going by what I feel. This is my personal opinion. The items that you have listed, rather than going out and tying your money up, let's say you have a budget. Let's say your budget was $1,000, okay? And rather than tying up $200, $300 in product sourcing, you want to make that initial, it takes money to make money. You want to make that initial investment, but let's say that $1,000 is your budget. Let's say with that $1,000 that you have, so much of that money goes to other bills, small bills. Okay, $1,000 stays down. I'm just throwing a number out there, just to give you an example. You take so much of that money, and that's your budget. Okay, and out of that budget, you're going to spend so much hundreds of dollars in sourcing because you need to buy items to source to put on eBay. Isn't it better to get rid of the items you have first and then replenish with new rather than keep replenishing over and over again, having all that stuff? That's what's happening with me. I have a whole bunch of VHSs I'm trying to get rid of. I'm selling in lots. Folks, I got on my channel, on my eBay listing, I'm selling 25 videos, VHSs. I think some of Disney, whatever. Now listen to this. It sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy. I think it's 25 for $7.95 with best offer. That's how desperate I want to get rid of them. That's how bad I want to get rid of them. I don't want VHSs anymore. I don't want them. And that's what I'm telling you. I'm serious. If you look on my listings, I think it's 25 VHSs. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, $7.95 for the whole lot. 25. You're not saying you're not making no money. On that particular brand, on that particular items, that's a loss. That'll come out to us. But you know what it is? I want to get them out. There's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with them. This is what I'm trying to bring out. This is the point I'm making. I've done what other people have said. You got a source. So we said, well, why'd you buy so many videos? Because some were selling, and that's another thing. You get baited. You know, you might think, oh, hey, I bought five VHSs, and they sold. Yeah, the VHSs that you sold at that time may be at that time. So when you're thinking like right away, you know, we think, oh, well, if this item sells, it's got to be a great thing. I got to buy more. And that's what I did. I kept buying and buying and buying and buying. You know the other big thing I got to gloat with? Same thing. I got baited again. Eyeglass cases. I have a bag, 2 bags of eyeglass cases. I want to get rid of them. I want to get rid of them. And why? Because I bought quite a bit of them. I don't know. I sold quite a bit, and that's what baited me on. In other words, oh, hey, they're selling. Hey, let me buy more. Let me buy some more. Let me buy some more. Now I have bags of them. I'm not saying I have thousands, but I have a bag full of what do you call eyeglass cases. I want to get rid of them. I want to get rid of them. I'm not buying no more VHSs. For me, this is my personal opinion. I'm not buying no more VHSs. I don't want to buy any more eyeglass cases unless they're something really phenomenal. I mean, like they're wrapped up in a box and they're brand spanking new. I'm talking brand spanking new with the box and everything. I am not going to buy those anymore. And this is how people get tripped into thinking, well, I sold 5 of them, so if I buy 5 more, we'll have 5 more here. If I buy 10, we'll have 10. And you keep buying and buying, and you're not getting rid of the other ones because they're not selling that fast. So you end up having inventory like this. So you know what happens? I always say that, what's that there? Death piles? That's the term I see how they hear resellers. Oh, if you have a lot of these things laying around, you might as well just give them back to the Goodwill or give them to the Goodwill or thrift store. So I bought my stuff from a thrift store, right? Thinking I'm going to sell them. And now I'm going to give it back to the thrift store so that they can resell them again. Folks, listen to me. I'm not an authoritative figure to sit here and say, you know, people might watch this and say, who the hell is this guy? Where does he come off talking like? I'm just telling you based on my own experience. This is my own experience. Don't go out and oversource with merchandise thinking that the more you keep buying, to me, I don't know that's the logic. I've tried it. I've tried all that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I tried it. I don't have much. You might say, this guy here has only got, 359 items listed? And he's talking like he's a guy that's got 1,000 listed, or 5,000. He's talking like a professional, like he's got all. It doesn't matter, folks, how many you have. I did a video a while back, and in the video, there was a guy talking to a reseller. He brought him on. I don't know what channel it was. It's on my video. It's on one of the videos. I can't remember. I got 430 of them, whatever. I can't remember which one it was. The guy goes, he's interviewing the top-rated seller. This guy was a seller. I don't know if it was an Amazon, whatever. I think it might have been either Amazon or eBay. Anyway, the guy is interviewing him, and the seller tells him he either had 6,000 or 7,000 items listed. It was in the thousands. It was either 6,000 or 7,000 items, I think. My memory serves me right. And the guy goes, I only did 5 sales this week. And the seller goes, it's pretty bad. So I don't buy into all of that. Now, you might say, well, maybe that seller was selling things that weren't that. I don't know. All I know is he had thousands of listings, and he only got, I think he said 4 or 5 sales, whatever it was. And even he admitted, he goes, that's pretty bad. He goes, that's pretty bad, isn't it, for having all those listings? So I don't buy into all of that. And when you hear eBay, the people are coming, you got to source, you got to go out and buy, keep listing every day. I tried all that. Now, people may say, well, you tried it, it didn't work for you. You may get other sellers that come on this channel and say, I disagree with you 100%, mister. You know, I don't agree with you whatsoever. I've done that there and I see my sales. Listen, your sales may have gone up because you finally got the right buyer to buy your item, period. Okay? Listen, I had this discussion with my family. We as sellers, if we don't do our due diligence and research on items, now, and I'm at fault. I'll be honest, I'll be the first to say I'm at fault. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. If you don't, and I know a person that's got 1,000 listings, unless you got an entourage of people working with you, you're not going to go in there and get like this iPhone, for example. I get this iPhone and I say to myself, and I'm selling thousands of these things here, or different things. You're not going to get a person to sit down. I'm going to go research and see who's the highest, who's the lowest, who's in between. I say that in my videos. I don't want to go too high or too low and try to stay in between. But even with the in-between price, there's people selling them lower. Okay? And the reason why, if your thinking is that, well, I have thousands of listings, so I'm up there. No, granted, look, that's 1,000 things you have listed. That's probably 1,000 people are going to look at each one of those things. No doubt about it. Okay, but I don't buy into that. If you have all those listings, that your sales are you're going to be bought. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's not working for me. But then again, people say, well, A, your prices are too high, or B, maybe it's something people don't want. They're not interested in. Well, if that's the case, then there's a lot of other resellers out there selling the same stuff I'm selling. So that means for them too, it might not be interested in what they're selling as well. My thing is, rather than tying up your resources, that money that could be used elsewhere, you might want to sell what you got. That's what I'm doing. Going forward, that's what I'm doing. If I do pick something up, if I do go to a thrift store, they have a 50% off, I might pick up one item or two, maybe. And it's got to be something that I feel is going to be worth putting up on eBay. And it's going to be a cheap item. I'm not going to spend hundreds of dollars on it. I'm not going to sit there and buy a $200 whatever, a widget or something and put it up there and hoping to sell it. Remember one thing. Even though we walk around with our cell phones in the thrift stores or whatever, we're sitting there doing this, that, and the other thing. I know people say, well, you should always check the sold listings, which is a good thing. You know, you look at that item, you check it out, and you see what it's sold for. Okay? Now, depending how many people bid on it too is another indicator. If you have one person bidding on it, apparently, you know, there might not be a hot market for that item. So you might want to think twice about buying something of that nature, that high. I'm going to get rid of the stuff I have. And I know it sounds like I'm leading into a segue, but I'm just trying to tell you right now, this is what I'm doing. I mean, I'm sharing this with you guys. If you go to my listings, eBay listings, and I said this many times before, you will see items that have been reduced once, twice, and in some cases even 3 times with best offers. So if you're watching this video or you're new to the channel, or you're new to me as a seller, whatever, you might want to take an offer, take the opportunity to buy, because I'm not going to give this stuff away, but you're going to get it for a good price. Okay? I'm looking to liquidate, get rid of things. I want to get rid of it. I want to start fresh with nice things. I don't want to have all these different little things, these little trinkets and things laying around. Once I get rid of a lot of stuff I have, then I will get the new stuff, and hopefully be better stuff. Things that I feel will be a lot more better, you know, more suitable. I'm not saying the things that other sellers are selling on eBay is not suitable. I'm talking about myself. I want to get good stuff. But you guys out there, think twice. Think twice about oversourcing. And I'm telling you right now, because if you're on a strict budget, if you're using eBay as your prime source of income, and you got a budget to work with, and you have that money's got to carry you over from month to month. I'm telling you, if it's got to carry you over month to month, and you keep dipping away, you keep tipping at that little egg nest there, it's going to get smaller and smaller. Okay, and if you're sitting there saying, well, if I buy $1,000 worth of material, items or sourcing material or whatever, I can make $2,000 or $3,000 profit on it. Whatever, if that's what your mindset is, but you got to figure your fees, your packaging material, and everything else. So if you did make a $3,000, you know, gross sales, whatever, you don't know what your net's going to be after, you know, you take out your all your other expenses. So don't bet on that. But I'm just trying to say, be careful. Watch how you're spending your money. That's all I'm telling you. Because again, if you're using this if you're using eBay as your one total source of income, you're going to be sweating at the end of the month if those things don't sell. I'm telling you, and take it from me. I mean, you know. And the best thing to do, I always say, if you're going to go into this eBay business full time, I can't stress it enough. Go into it with little and minimal bills as you have. If you're thinking about doing it, you're in a dead end job where you're saying, well, I want to get out of this job. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to take a venture into doing eBay full time. My suggestion: pay your bills off. If you got credit card debt, pay it down, pay it off. You could. If you got a car payment, pay it off. This way, that's less debt you got to worry about. Because when you jump into this business full time, you're not going to probably make the salary you were making at your full-time permanent position, your full-time job. That's another thing. You got to make sure, you know, you got to figure things out on pen and paper, that if you're going to do this full time, You got all your bases, you got all your bases covered. Because let me tell you something, it's not what you think. I think a lot of people have this impression that, I'm going to start an eBay business, and that cracks me up sometimes when I listen to eBay radio, and you hear these people come on and saying, I'm going to quit my job, I'm doing eBay full time. Quit your job and do eBay full time. Do you have a lot of money put away? I mean, did you sock a big chunk of cash away to carry you through this here? This trend, this new trend venture idea? Because I got news for you. If you think you're going to make tons of money right away, if you're going to make the same, you think you're going to make the same salary that you did when you were working, think again. I think a lot of people have this mindset that, they go to other sellers, and I'm not knocking other sellers, but they listen to what other sellers do and say and stuff like that. And I like when they throw numbers out there. Bing, boom, they're throwing all these big numbers out there. Please, proceed with caution when it comes to going into this business full time. And I only got into this business full time because I got laid off from my job back in 2016, last year. Okay, so you might say, well, you're doing it full time, so you're not even, you're over every year selling here. You're about a year into selling. Okay, so whatever. But the point I'm trying to get across is, people have this false enigma, thinking like, oh, I'm going to go into this scene, I'm going to make tons of money. You hear all these stories, and yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's very possible in some cases. But here's the other thing I always say too. Okay, I want to say this to you though, and again, I don't want nobody to take it offensively or I'm not making it derogative statements. Okay, when people say I'm doing this full time, okay, hear what I'm saying? When they say I'm doing this full time, do you have another resource of income coming in? If you're a wife, does your husband have a job? Is he an AVP at a company, executive at a company? Or does he hold a position where he makes enough money to support the household where you could do this job full time? Venture into this business full time? Okay? And, for the husbands that say, I'm doing this full time, is it a role reversal? Does your wife have a high position where, the money's coming in, it's able to support the family and stuff like that, while you're venturing into your own business like this eBay business? Somewhere along the line, you can't tell me. I'm not saying it happened. It can't happen. But I always feel that whenever I hear people saying, I'm doing this full time, and, there's got to be another income coming in somewhere. And that's what I'm thinking. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay? I'm not saying it's to be funny. But you always hear these people saying, I'm doing, and there are couples out there. I follow a couple of resellers that are husband and wife team, and they do this full time. It's a full time business. It sounds like I contradict myself, but I'm just trying to say for the sellers I've been following, a lot of them say they do it full time, and then you find out later on their spouses work. So yeah, you could afford to do it full time because you got a spouse that's bringing the money to pay the mortgage, pay the car payment, credit card debt, put food on the table, pay for the roof over your head. That's true. Okay, everybody's got different circumstances. But I mean, as far as the people I know, the husband and wife couples I know, I only know of two. I'm sure there's probably thousands of them out there in the eBay world. But the only two I know of right now is a husband team. I'm not going to mention names, but they do it full time. The one couple I follow had a business, sold the business, paid off their mortgage on the house, has no car payments. They probably just have credit card, whatever, if you want to understand the story, and they use that there to source. So they do it full time. And they're making a substantial amount of money for them to stay home. But what I'm trying to say is they don't have really bills. They don't have a mortgage. And they're paying what they're paying. Property taxes. All right, property taxes could be a lot, but I'm saying they're in another state, another country, these people I'm talking about. So, they probably have they probably owe so little money that even if they had a job, let's say they had to get a job making $500 a week, which is a small salary in some cases to some people, that's enough to cover them. That's all they need. They don't need to make, thousands of thousands a week or whatever. They have enough that if a small salary like that could cover their bills, could cover the lighting, electric, whatever, even though their mortgage is paid off and if they have property taxes, it's all probably paid in. They know what they could afford to live off of. But if you have all that other stuff, $500 a week in some places ain't going to do it. People want to know my situation. When I got laid off, I had money put away. I was able to pay a lot of bills off, pay the car off, house is paid off, thank God. So for me, it's kind of like, struggling up, you're trying to, I'm not saying it's easy, but, I'm trying to make good what I have. I'm saying with the money I have. I don't need to make $100,000 a year, thank God. But I'm just trying to say, going into this business, you don't want to go into it, head first and leave all the debt and everything behind you because it's going to follow you. And my word of advice is my suggestion to people that, like I said again, thinking about going into this business, you might want to seriously pay down your debt. Don't go into it with a lot of debt because you're gonna regret it later on. I'm telling you, you'll be, and whatever. And don't tie your money up in sourcing. When people keep telling you got to go out and source every day, you got to go out. Look, if you're gonna go out every day and you buy one item or two, that's different. Okay, I don't even do that. I'm trying to get rid of the stuff I have. If I can get rid of all these 359, I think it's 359 or 357 items I have. If I can get rid of all of these items by year's end, which is not going to probably happen, that would be a miracle. That'd be great. Regroup my money that I invested into it, come out with a little profit. It's right now. It's trying to make the money to pay the bills. Okay, that's what it all boils down to, folks. Trying to make the money to pay the bills, and the reason why I'm stating this to you guys is because I did the oversourcing. Okay. I got baited into getting too involved with buying too many the same items, okay? And that's not a good thing. So, I just want to leave that with you guys. If you're going to sell on eBay and, you are sellers and stuff like that, and I'm not making any derogative statements. I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just telling it on my own viewpoint, from my own personal experience with this business. Think about what you're doing. If you have a day job, don't give it up. I got into this here because, like I said, the company had a layoff. Jobs went overseas. What are you going to do? This is the third time this happened to me. 2 layoffs and 1 company went bankruptcy. So I said, strike 3. I did the old strike 3 policy. The old strike 3 adage, you're out. And I said, this time I'm going to try it myself. Okay. It's nice to some point where you're your own boss. And the only one you could fire, you is yourself. But for now, it's okay. I enjoy doing it. I love doing what I do. I enjoy making videos to help people out, to give a little insight. I enjoy selling on eBay. The items I do sell on eBay, I try to get good items. Stuff. I don't want stuff that's broken. As I said in my other videos, that you might see some things that are sold for part. If a part's not working, it's only because I didn't buy them that way. It's because I sold them to the buyers, and later on they didn't want it. They decided to send the item back. It wasn't packaged properly, and it got broken. Did I complain to eBay about the buyers? Did I complain to the buyers saying you sent my package back, the item is broken? No. I chalked it up as, okay, it was once working, and I got it back broken. So now the items have to be sold for parts not working. You might see a couple little cassette players there, DVD players or CD players. Same thing. Well, now here's the story with those, just in case you want to know. The reason why I see those for parts not working. I bought them at a thrift store, and I couldn't find the AC adapter with them. I didn't bring batteries with me. And sometimes you take your chances with them. So it's 9 out of 10. Sometimes I've been buying them. I test them out. They have the AC adapters there. I bring them home. They work. Sometimes they don't. You get duds, and that's what ended up happening. That's why you see those on it. Those didn't come back from a buyer broken. They sent it back to me. It was poorly packaged. That's for my fault. I bought the items thinking that when I come home, put the batteries in there. I got a universal adapter. Check them out. They didn't work, so they become sold for parts. Those you will not see me buying too many of those either. So once those are gone, adios. That's it. It's done. there's going to be a lot of changes going on with my selling platform as far as the items I'm selling. You're not going to see too many printers. I think once the printers are gone, I think I sold 2 or 3 of them within a couple of weeks. I think I got 2 more left that if a part's not working. Once those are gone, that's it. The other things I have, the Xbox guitars or PlayStation guitars, once those are gone, no more selling of those either. I want to train up. I want to do some, different things. I have a different mindset as far as selling stuff. Same thing with the VHSs. You won't see me selling those. And as far as the eyeglass cases, once I get rid of them, I got a whole bag. I'm not going to buy any more. I don't care what they have in there, because I know in the thrift store they got tons and tons of those things. I'm not buying any more of them. I got a glut of them sitting around. Okay, I'm practically giving them away. So again, if you guys see anything on my channel, on my eBay listings, okay, keep this in mind. If you see anything on my eBay listings, make an offer. I'm marking them down and I'm accepting best offers. Just don't tell me if I'm selling something for $5. Don't tell me I'll give you 50 cents for it. I'm not going to even reply to it. I'm just going to decline it. Okay, something within reason, $1, $2 here, whatever. It depends what the item is and how much it's selling for. But take advantage of it. I'm serious, because once these things go, the new items, the new stuff I get, I'm not going to be pricing and marketing them down that cheap. I'm doing this to liquidate them, to get them out of here. They've been sitting around for over a year, and I need to get rid of them. The sooner I get rid of them, the sooner I can get new merchandise coming in. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry I talked your ears off. I just wanted to share that with you. Look, in case you don't know, my name is Rich Pacini. I'm from rjpacini.com. My eBay user ID is Shop RJ Pacini for great deals on eBay. It's called, actually, it's Shop RJ Pacini with dashes in between. You'll see if you look me up. I'll put the link in there. I'll drop it in the bottom too as well. Like I told people, I'm an honest seller. I do videos. I do the demo videos, intro videos, and sneak peek videos. Those videos are for the potential eBay buyers. Okay, I do that for you guys. Okay, I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for you guys. The reason why I do intro videos and demo videos is to show you that if it's an electronic item, it works. And when you get the item, it should work for you as well. You shouldn't have any problems with it. Unless the mailman, I use the U.S. Postal Service exclusively for all my packaging. Unless they take it and they're tossing around, playing ball with it, whatever, that item should get to you in one piece, not in pieces. Okay? Although, I had a situation like that too. You're probably saying, oh no. Yes, I had a package. I had a ceramic lamp. I sold one brass lamp. I'm waiting for the other ceramic one to sell. That was a beautiful lamp. I had it styrofoamed. I had it packed and bubble wrapped. You name it. You would have had to drop it off a truck. I mean, like a truck from at least a 10-foot height, whatever, to break it. It was packed, wrapped. You name it. The buyer couldn't wait to get it. When the buyer got it, the buyer messaged me and said, Rich, you're not going to believe this. I just received the lamp today, and the bottom piece that came in pieces, the bottom ceramic part broke in pieces. I said, I messaged back, I said, you got to be kidding. She goes, no. And she goes, I was waiting for this lamp. She goes, it's a beautiful lamp, ceramic. Outdoor patio lamp. It's an outdoor lamp, outdoor fixture lamp. And she goes, I was waiting to get this here. She goes, I was so excited when it was coming, The base cracked. I'm selling, I have reduced the price from $29, what do I got now, down to $9.95 or $7.95. No more. I'm not getting more things like that. I mean, I have ceramic figures, plates and stuff like that. That's another thing I'm going to be very frugal on. I got an M&M's cookie jar. That's going to be a challenge shipping that out. Got to hope and pray to God it gets to one piece and not pieces. But it's not me. It's the poor handling of the post office. I put a claim in. I got my money back for it. And I did my best. And didn't matter. No matter how good I did it, how well packaged it was, still got there broken. But for the most part, I always make sure everything I sell is well packaged and wrapped. I don't like to sell anything open. I wouldn't take a thing like this, take a rag and just throw it in a box with bubble wrap around it. This would get wrapped. Everything I sell, if you buy from me, if you bought from me in the past, a lot of things. Well, if it's a game, if it's like a puzzle or a game that's got the plastic wrap, I'm not going to wrap that. But something like this, everything I get wrapped in plastic. Clothes get wrapped in plastic. Everything I sell, no matter what it is, gets wrapped up in plastic. And then it gets placed in a box and off for shipping. And the other thing I want to just say in closing, read the feedbacks before you make any purchase from me. I really do encourage you to read the feedbacks. Read what people others have to say. I'm not telling you to read all of them. Just read maybe 10, 15 of them. I say it in some of my videos. Just read maybe 10 or 15. Just see what people have to say before you buy from me. If you don't want to, that's up to you. But I'm just throwing it out there. I have nothing to hide. I don't mask problems up. I don't sit there and say, I don't get something if it's scratched like this. If I have a scratch on here, I'm not going to sit there and hold it from a distance and make it look like there's no scratch in it so I can sell it to you. Because first off, that's the most stupidest way of looking at it, because when you get it and it's in person, you're holding it, you're going to message me back, say, I received a cell phone, I'm just using an example, and had a big scratch on it. You didn't put that in your description. Or you didn't mention it. It's like, I'm trying to hide something. No, I'm not trying to hide anything. I don't do things like that. I tell it like it is. If this has a scratch on it, it's going to say scratch on the front glass, or the back has got a chip in it, or there's a dent on the side. You're going to know about it. I'm not going to sit here masking things up, because first off, trying to mask a problem is not going to do anything anyway. Because you, as the buyer, when you get it, you're going to look it over and say, hey, this guy here, he didn't say the corners were dented. He didn't say there was a scratch here and the back has a piece of, there's a big notch, a big scratch mark in here in the back. Or the casing's cracked. He put a case over, but he didn't tell me the back is cracked. I'm not going to do stuff like that. That's not the way I run a business. And I stand by what I say. Okay? I don't mask a problem. I don't try to sugarcoat anything. I tell it like it is. And for those who do follow me on this YouTube channel, I love to have you as a subscriber. And if you want to give it a thumbs up, that's fine. If you don't, I appreciate you just stopping by and listening to the whole video. I know my videos are long sometimes, but I like to get it out there. I like to get the message to you guys out there, And I tell it like it is, okay? As a reseller doing this now a little over a year, I've been going through my own trials and tribulations with it. And I like to share my experience with you. And I tell it like it is. I'm not going to sit here and tell you all fame and glory, telling you, if you go into an eBay business and you're gonna have tons of money at the end of the year, you're gonna make $500,000, or you're gonna make. Then you hear all these numbers thrown out. I love when I hear numbers thrown out. I love when people say, "Oh, so and so this guy makes $25,000 a month. This guy makes $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month." I'd like to know, if you're making all that money, how are you doing it? I mean, what is your secret formula here? What's your secret sauce, so to speak? Okay, you have all these big numbers thrown out there. 20,000, 30,000, 40, 50, 60. I mean, come on. Give me a break. I'm not saying it's an impossible thing, but I mean, that sounds a little far out there. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not saying, I read about, I'll put it this way. It's on one of the alerts I get, email alerts. There's a guy that's a YouTube star. When I mention his name, you can figure it out for yourself. There's a lot of YouTube stars that make tons of money. A lot of them, at least they say anyway, they do. According to the article I read, the person is buying, it's a YouTube person, a person that makes money from YouTube, is buying a $6.9 million mansion. All the person does is do YouTube. So, as far as I understood, I've read the story. The person that does this, that's buying a mansion, does YouTube. And I think that person got their start on Vine, V-I-N. I think those little, 30-second clips. You go on and you do what you got to do, and then, I guess it goes out there. I don't know how many millions. From where I think the story, person got so many views or whatever from Vine. It's called V-I-N, Vine. You might have heard of it. And this person here, one thing led to the other. From what I understand the story, they're able to afford a $6.9 million home, a mansion in California. Now, people may say, are you being self-contradicting? You're saying 1 minute people can. I am just telling you what I read. I am not making this stuff up. Okay? I'm not making this stuff up. I'm just telling you what I read. Now, if you're talking about my own things, my own situation, am I contradicting myself in my situation? No. I'm not saying people can't make money, but I'm saying for myself, I don't see myself going out there telling the YouTube world saying, hey, this is what I make. I'm not going to sit there disclosing money, maybe because it's not, first off, it's nothing to disclose. I'm not going to sit there disclosing what I make. That's irrelevant. I'll tell you, I'm not living large. If you want to know that, I'm not living large. That's not happening. That's not happening. I'm not living large if that's what you're worrying, concerned about. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm just being fair and upfront and honest with you guys. You do what you want. That's all. I threw it out there. I shared it with you guys. The rest is up to you. Whether you want to follow, you know, if you want to take it for face value, for what it's worth, it's up to you. You don't have to listen to me. I'm just sharing my own experience, you know. But anyway, guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching the video and stopping by and hearing me out. Again, if there are any if there are any eBay sellers out there, I'm not making any derogative statements. That's why I don't mention anybody's names or channels, whatever. I don't mention as far as that part. I'm not going to go in there. I'm not here to, you know, put anybody down or say anything bad. I'm just trying to tell people that if you're going to do something, proceed with caution. That's all I'm saying. Because, you know, for the small percentage, and I say small percentage, I could be wrong, but for the small percentage of people that claim they're making all this money and they're, you know, on eBay and they're living large and stuff like that, hey, kudos to them. That's all I can say. Kudos to them. If they're doing it and they're really, you know, legitimately doing it and they're living like that, that's great. I wish you all the best. But for the very few people that come in this line of work and, you know, have this impression that I'm gonna quit my day job and I'm gonna do eBay full time, I'm gonna make tons of money, I'm gonna happily ever after. Good luck. Good luck with that. And you know what? Some people have a lucky star hanging over their head. Maybe you might be the one. You might come up with a fantastic idea, or you might be a person that comes up with your own product line. Who knows? I wish you all the best. Just like I wish myself all the best. I wish I could make, you know, a lot of cash too, to, you know, keep everything going, you know, put food on the table and stuff like that, and, you know, living my life the way it's supposed to be lived. You want to live comfortable. You know, am I doing that right now? Well, I'm okay. Let's put it this way. I'm okay. All right, I'll put it that way. I'm okay. But that's what I'm trying to say. Don't oversource. Don't tie your money up and keep, you know, listen to that fallacy of keep buying and buying and buying, because I'm telling you folks, I tried it and a lot of stuff is sitting. And when people sit there saying, the sales are slow, the sales are slow. Listen, the sales are slow, folks. The sales are slow because there's a lot of competition out there. That's why they're slow. People are out buying, outbidding people. They're getting things a lot cheaper. They're selling things. Look at me. I'm selling things. I feel like sometimes I'm practically giving this stuff away. Okay? There is a lot of competition, and it's going to get like that more and more as more and more people keep getting involved with this line of work, this type of business. It's going to become very, very, very competitive. So keep that in mind. That's all I'm leaving you with. Have a great day. If you enjoyed the video, you know, you like what I have to tell about, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't, that's fine. If you like my channel, you like getting the information I supply to you guys, please subscribe. Let's have you a subscriber. Thanks again, guys. I'll talk to you soon next video. Bye now.